Do I want to light a candle? Do I want to get in the mood? Let's get in the mood. Okay, hold on. You can't even see it. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddie and I have some book recommendations for you guys regarding Valentine's Day. For this video, I could give you guys like a whole list of romance books because that's pretty much all I read. It's romance or fantasy, combination of both, and maybe some other kind of fiction in there. For the most part, I read a lot of fucking romance, okay? This video, I kind of want to make it a little bit different. I'm only going to give you guys some recent recommendations that I've read. Now, I'm going to be talking about all of the mushy-gushy, lovey-dovey romantic stuff in these books. I'm not going to give a full in-depth review. So if you want a review of each book, you're going to have to wait until my February wrap-up because all of the books I'm about to talk about, I've read in the past week or so. Let's get into it. The first book that we're going to talk about, I just finished this last night. It's called The Final Offer. No, God, I keep doing that. It's not called The Final Offer, it's just called Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the third book in the Dreamland Billionaires series. It's about three brothers. This is the third brother. His name is Cal or Callahan. Wow, let's go over the tropes that are in this book because I know everyone wants to know. Everyone likes the tropes aspect of all of these romance books. Childhood friends to enemies to lovers. Or, as some would say, ex-childhood friends to lovers, okay? So they were best friends growing up, something happened, they became enemies, and now they're lovers. Forced proximity, second chance romance, that kind of goes along with the enemies to lovers thing, you know, whatever. And then the only trigger warnings that are in this one are like addiction, AA, drinking, and oxy is mentioned a few times, but that is it, okay? Romantic element to this book was mostly Cal's doing. Cal was trying his best and trying his hardest to make up for the mistakes he made in the past with Lana. Lana is our female character. Lana kind of is holding this deep, understandable grudge against Cal for his past and some of the stuff that he put her through. So this whole book is watching Cal kind of make that up to her. So he's very romantic. He buys her like a baking mixer because she loves baking. He ends up taking her daughter to Disney or it's not Disneyland, to Dreamland for her birthday. He keeps doing all of these tasks that are very important in Lana's eyes. She's like, oh, he's trying really hard. He's trying hard to make up for what he's done. I understand that he's trying really hard and it's making a difference. It's sweet. There's some really cute, let me see if anything that I tabbed is worth pointing out. Okay. We love the text message bubbles in books and we love the little handwritten notes, okay? So this one says, I dare you to wait for me, the real me, the sober me, the best me who wants to spend the rest of his days getting drunk on life with you. And that obviously has a deeper meaning when you read the book and know kind of the context behind it. This book is a great February read. It has that depth to it. There's a little bit of emotion behind all of these characters. The characters aren't flat. I will say Lana kind of pissed me off a little bit sometimes, but I won't go into depth. You know, it's a long book. You get to know characters pretty well in a 600-page book and you feel happy for them sometimes and you also feel annoyed at them sometimes, which is pretty normal. So I loved this book so much and I think that it does fit the February theme, even though that it's set in the summer. It's set in July, so this might be a really good summer read also, but for February, the romantic vibes are there. I'm gonna put this one back. Look how annoying that is. 1, 2, excuse me. I put the book back, but let me tell you 1 or 2 more quotes, okay? That's the thing about falling in love. You don't exactly expect it to happen until you're crash landing into someone else's arms, wondering how the hell you lost the battle against gravity in the first place. End quote. Next quote, just one more. Because if Cal was the sun, then the rest of us are aimless planets revolving around him, tragically trapped in his orbit. Read the book, it's great. Okay, next book. This is an old one, like it was written a while ago, and I have a vlog on it coming out this weekend, so keep your eye out for it. It is Wait for You by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So again, I do have a vlog coming out this weekend. It's a really cute vlog. and I loved it. Okay, it was fun to film. It was written in 2012 or 2013, I can never remember, but she did redo the cover recently, so that's why I've kind of seen it everywhere, is because this new cover release. So it's not a new book, it's just a new cover, but the text in the book itself holds up. Like it's a timeless book, kind of, okay? The tropes in this book: shy girl meets golden retriever boy, small town romance, and unfortunately lack of communication, which I don't love in a book, but I feel like because this was written a while ago, that kind of is the typical trope that almost all authors go to, is like miscommunication. So although I didn't love that part, the rest of the book was great. The trigger warnings I would just look up if I were you, because I don't want to spoil anything, but I do want you to be careful. Definitely look into the trigger warnings if you're susceptible to being triggered. Let's talk about Cam and Avery. Now, like I said with the tropes, shy girl, Avery is this shy, timid, really naive, and she's been through something, so she has a hard time trusting. Trust is a big theme in this book. Cam, on the other hand, he's also been through something kind of traumatic, but he is the sweetest. When I say the sweetest character, really extroverted. He was known as like a man whore in school. Everyone loves him for good reason. He is this beam of light that everyone adores, and for good reason. One reason I want to recommend this for Valentine's Day specifically is because of how sweet Cam's gestures were towards Avery. He was always looking out for her, and before they were even really friends, he like invited himself over every Sunday just to cook her breakfast. Like he did these small little acts of service that added up and showed Avery that she could trust him. Besides the triggering aspects of this book, the quite sad moments in this book, Cam and Avery were so romantic towards one another. Like they even went to like a drive-in movie one night. He invited her to his family's house to spend Thanksgiving with them. Like, he was just so stinking cute. He was a hopeless romantic 1000%, okay? And he's great, okay? He was great. He was just a ball of sunshine, adorable. A quote from Wait For You: "I want to be here with you, Avery. You don't have to worry about impressing me or wowing me. You've already done that." Now, don't be mad at me. I only have one more recommendation, okay? And this one's kind of a basic one. I just read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is a little bit different. It's not necessarily a romantic, mushy-gushy book, because that's not what it is at all. But holy hell, I listened to the Audible and read this one, and the audio version of this book will have you shook. Like, it was such a good audiobook. I totally recommend it. Let's see, some tropes in this one. They're bandmates. It's fast-paced. There's some forbidden love. There's even a secret relationship in here. And then also the trigger warnings, I would just say it would be like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There's a TV show coming out in March. Like, I just really wanted to read this before the show came out, so then when I got to the show, I know what to expect. There are some really hard-hitting quotes and moments in this book that will have you rethinking soulmates, or have you rethinking love and romance, and how we perceive romance as a society, and how we perceive love as a society, and why it's different for everyone, but also learning to trust your significant other. And that, I just word vomited, honestly, but that was such a word vomit. Listen, let's go over some quotes, because honestly, a lot of you guys have probably read this book. I was a little late to the game. I don't want to go too in depth. This was a beautiful book, probably one of my top favorites of the month so far. Some quotes. Oh, this one. This isn't a romance quote, but this quote stuck with me. "I had absolutely no interest in being someone else's muse. I am not a muse. I am the somebody. End of fucking story." That's what Daisy said. This one's a long one, so get ready. "I used to think soulmates were two of the same. I used to think I was supposed to look for somebody that was like me. I don't believe in soulmates anymore, and I'm not looking for anything. But if I did believe in them, I'd believe your soulmate was someone who had all the things you didn't, that needed all the things you had, not somebody who's suffering from the same stuff you are." Okay, this one is another good one. "Passion is fire. And fire is great, man, but we're all made of water. Water is how we keep living. Water is what we need to survive. I loved the quotes in this book. I did. That was the only thing I tabbed, and you can't see the tabs because they're white. Now, the next 3 books, I haven't read them. I'm currently reading one, but I'm about to film a vlog on all 3 of these. So you can watch the vlog of me reading all 3 of these romantic books, and we're gonna go over what they are, okay? Tessa Bailey's Secretly Yours. I am currently reading this. I'm on page 90 and I started today. So I already started vlogging for this one. I'm so excited because I'm loving it. Holy cow, this book is adorable. Based off what I've read so far, it's about Hallie and Julian. Hallie is this whirlwind of a girl. She's kind of crazy. She's all over the place, a little chaotic, and she's a gardener. And Julian is a professor slash author, and he is ramrod straight. He has a schedule. He is not breaking that schedule for anyone or anything, but kind of is enamored by her, like obsessed with her in a way, in a way that he's just so fascinated with her tendencies and her chaoticness that he can't stop thinking about her. I'm gonna start this one in a few days, probably whenever I finish that one. I don't really want to overlap on romances. I think that'll hurt my brain a little bit. So X's and O's by Amy Lee. I don't know what this one's about. I think it's about a romance bookstagrammer and a firefighter. That's all I know. And the next one I'm gonna read Twisted by Emily McIntyre. You guys know I love me some Emily McIntyre. I think she's an angel. I just think she's amazing. And this is an Aladdin fantasy retelling. I don't want to say retelling because I know in the past she hasn't liked retelling. She likes saying fractured fairy tale. That's what it is, because it's kind of like a messed up version of whatever childhood story it's about. These 3 books I'm gonna be reading in the next week. So if you want to read along with me, you totally can. You can go to my bookstagram, which I've been so active on the past like 2 weeks. I'm trying really hard to stay active on there. I've been posting reels. I've been posting a lot on there right now. So if you guys want to go follow me over on bookstagram, I'll be posting updates on these, and you guys can DM me being like, hey, I'm reading that book. Let's talk about it, because I always answer my DMs. That is it for this video. I hope that you either choose to read along with me, or you have liked some of these books before, or you choose to read some of them because of this video. Wow, that was a mouthful. I will see you in the next video. It will be the Wait For You reading vlog. Happy Valentine's Day, and see you guys in the next video. Hi, baby.